joins us now to tell us more on his birthday of all things.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Dragged the poor man out of his house.
Imagine that's what you wanted, Anne-Marie, to sing happy birthday.
I'm 23 times 2. That's not...
Happy birthday.
So, OK, I love this. You travel to the most amazing places that we've just seen, but the dream holiday just to be at home.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not a big traveller. There's lots of things about travel I don't like, but the main thing is when you get there, these places are known for the big thing that everyone goes to look at. So what's the point in going there if you can't see them when you're looking at them,
Fair
you know? And so the idea of the show was get me out there and see if these guys, these funny guys, can prove to me that it was worth getting off me behind and going along after all. Because, you know, when it comes down to it, if someone's going to describe the Acropolis to me, then do it from a photo on my couch.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You know, save the effort. I mean, my idea of a holiday is a week at home where I can catch up on a bit of telly I've been missing.
But the thing is, what's so lovely about this series is that each of the kind of comedic guests that you have on that travel with you to all of these wonderful places has their own unique way of explaining what they're seeing. It must have... It almost feels like a different show every single time because of that.
It is, yeah. It's lovely because every episode's got its own tone and its own type of humour.
Yeah.
I think across the series, we try not to take the show too seriously in a way. We undercut ourselves a little bit comedically and we let people behind the curtain. There's a lovely bit in the episode with Tom where we're gladiator training and we show it with Tom Allen and we show it in slow-mo with epic music. And then I say, we've had to do this because this is what it really looked like. And it's just me and Tom grunting.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So, yeah, but it's come out really well. And, you know, we end with Lisa Tarbuck in Niagara Falls and, oh, what a load of fun that was. You know, we could have done anywhere.
She's got great funny bones as well as Lisa, isn't she? She's
brilliant.
So funny. So, listen, so are you judging your travelling companions by how well they can describe something to you and you know, what they're seeing and what you're experiencing? Or is it how experiential it is?
I think if they get me back alive, they win. And it all worked out. So, no, it was... I think, really, I mean, all of them were brilliant in their own way. All good company. I think some of them were better at describing things than others. I think Guz made everything up. I don't even think he Googled the place we were going to. And I pull him up on that a few times, that he's just making things up. Tom was very flamboyant and theatrical, like he'd meticulously crafted every line. And, yeah, it's very much about, you know, doing things around the wonder as well and what's going on, immersing yourself in the culture, you know. So me and Harry, in episode 1, you know, we do some pottery, Greek pottery, Greek theatre. We end up on a fishing boat with proper Greek fishermen who really, really, I think, resented every moment they spent with us.
I think we've got a little clip of you two
just
doing...
sort of catch some octopus here, guys.
I think we've got a little clip of you doing the pottery with Harry. Let's have a look. So you really do sort of explore all sorts of things. It's lovely seeing you two together, actually.
Yeah.
What was interesting for me was you had been to the Acropolis before when you were younger. You started to lose your sight around 16?
No, so my eyesight, my eyesight deteriorated from birth, really.
Oh, I see.
So very, very steadily, but most of it kind of went late teens. So that's where that's kind of come from. But so kind of it had all gone by the time I was 20, really.
So when you visited the Acropolis when you were younger, I mean, when you were there, do you have a memory in your head of what it looked like, or had your vision gone so much by that point that you don't?
No, do you know what it is? I think sometimes when you remember things, so like, you know, with the Colosseum, for example, you know, I'd obviously seen the Colosseum. Who hasn't seen the Colosseum? But I'd forgotten it. Like, I didn't know it was round. So obviously I'd forgotten what I'd seen, and you invent this new image in your head, and then you think that's the thing that you remember.
That's it, yeah.
So you kind of create these false images in your head, and it's hard to know whether you're remembering the thing you remember or just the thing that you've imagined since.
Yeah, I get that.
I love the fact the most disappointing part of the trip to Rome was not being able to get a bolognese.
Do you know what? They should be ashamed of themselves. Couldn't get it. I was like, spag bowl, can I get it?
What are they giving the world?
I can't believe we do Italian food better than the Italians.
Yeah, they have like ragu, don't they? They have sort of that, but they're not what we have.
They have a lot of things with this, just on the menu, they just say with typical sauce. And you're like, well, you're not selling that exactly, are you, with typical sauce?
Yeah, no, I don't want that, thank you very much. I love Scared of the Dark. That was amazing. You said
thank
that the experience you had there was different from any other show you'd worked with because you were at an advantage to everybody else in that situation.
Yeah, so Scared of the Dark, which is on Channel 4, people can watch the whole series, and it's me and 7 other celebrities in a bunker, completely pitch black. They couldn't see their hands in front of their faces, and I was the only one that could do anything. I mean, a lot of them, they couldn't even eat. They couldn't even find their mouths. It was astonishing.
Yeah.
And, you know, to see somebody like Chris Eubank, who's so alpha male and so kind of dominant in the real world, and suddenly I've got to show him where the toilet is.
I know. It's a really good watch. It's worth rewatching, actually.
Yeah.
Did it surprise you how well or otherwise people did in the circumstance, or how quickly they adjusted?
It surprised me. I thought practically they would struggle. It surprised me how it hit them emotionally and how they struggled psychologically. You know, everybody really did hit a wall where they became very fragile inside, you know, and that surprised me. Gaza was just such a sweetheart. I think he had a real panic attack at the beginning, and what he overcame in there was really great to be part of, you know.
You've been very busy. In our last minute here, you've finished your 140-date stand-up tour. Well done, you. You're kicking off Yonks, which is in January next year.
Yeah.
Good to get back out there.
Well, you never know when the next pandemic's around the corner. Just finished the last tour, and I just thought, get back. It was such good fun, and get back out there and do another one, really. So we're going to start in January with the new tour. It would just be a stand-up show, and the tickets are on sale now for the first leg, really, on my website.
OK.
But it's going to be fun again. Can't wait to get back out there.
I bet.
What about panel show? You love a panel show, don't you?
Love them, mate. Love them.
Well, we love
because you get used to doing stand-up. You're in control of the environment with stand-up, and on panel shows, often you don't know what's going to happen next.
And it's exciting.
It gives you that rush in your stomach, you know.
You've got Heard It Here First, which is on BBC Sound. That's your own panel show.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about, which we were doing earlier, Wonders of the World I Can't See, that's on the 19th of June on Channel 4 at 9 p.m. It's lovely to see you, and happy birthday.
Thank you very much, guys.